Well, hello and welcome to a new video. Yesterday, I walked you through my recommendations for a sale that's going on right now on the French Sephora website. And so today I thought we would stay in the same theme, but I would just share with you my wish list for the sale. Let's go. So I've scooched a little bit and I'm gonna insert here the pictures of the products I am mentioning. Okay, so the first product is actually one that I did mention yesterday in my recommendations video, and it is the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Goblet Pencil. I recommended the black one, which I own and I love, and I'm thinking about grabbing a brown one. With the sale, it comes to 15 euros and 75 cents, which I don't think it's like crazy expensive. Especially for such a good product that I know already and love. And so I'm thinking maybe getting a brown because I don't really have any brown pencil, like eyeliner pencil. And it seems like it's a staple to have. Like I have a couple, but they're always a bit shimmery. This one is a matte, which is why I'm, kind of considering it. Next up, again, a product that I mentioned yesterday, it's the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. It's now 20 euros and 93 cents. I'm thinking about either grabbing the regular one in the shade Ginger, because the one I have is a bit too dark, and I mean, it's so old anyway, I should probably get rid of it. Or I would get the Soft Matte Complete Concealer, which is the one that comes in a pot. That one comes now to 23 euros and 80 cents. I do have that one in the shade Vanilla, I think, in a very, very light shade. I believe I have used it a couple of times, but it's been a very, very long time since I've actually used it on myself because it's just way, way too light. And I'm not sure how I feel about it. I feel like it's not the kind of texture that I wouldn't necessarily use for a concealer, but I'm thinking maybe a lot of it has to do with the fact that mine, again, is very old and too light anyway. And so I'm thinking maybe I could get it in the correct shade and use it on those days where I just need to, with my finger, like hide and conceal a bit of the dark circles under my eyes. So yeah, I wouldn't buy both because that sounds ridiculous, although I mean, why not? But yeah, I'm still kind of hesitating. Do I get one? Which one do I get? I don't know. Next up, and before you say anything, this is a wish list, okay? This is not, oh, my dream wish list, because if it was, I mean, the whole store would be on it. But this is just like the things that when I saw they were on sale, I was like, hey, wait a minute, that's interesting. And so the product that is on my wish list, although I probably won't get it because it is out there, is the Black Rose Skin Infusion Cream from Sisley. It's usually 149 euros. I know. Right now, it's 104 euros and 30 cents. Okay, I'm not saying I will get it. I'm not saying I would get it, even if I had that kind of money laying around, just waiting to be spent. But I have tried it. I had a small sample size of it, and I loved it so much. It is such a nice moisturizer that's light and fresh, but at the same time, it's, I don't know, you feel like you just injected your whole face with a bunch of water and yet it stays on. You know what I mean? I can't really explain it. I believe I have mentioned it in an empties video because I had emptied out that little tube I got as a gift. And yeah, when I saw that was on sale, I was like, oh, I mean, skincare is expensive. You don't need to spend $100 on a cream, all right? Let's just put it out there. There are very nice options that don't cost nearly as much as this. But I feel like generally speaking, skincare tends to be expensive, And if I'm gonna spend money on skincare, I'd rather spend it on products that I know that I love. And this one I know that I love. I'm trying to find a way somehow to justify this in my head, but I mean, let's be clear, I'm probably not gonna get this. But still, I mean, if I could, yeah, I probably would. Next up is an eyeshadow palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's the Amoresi eyeshadow palette. It's usually 55 euros and right now it's 38.50. I'm debating this one. I don't think I'm gonna get it though, and here's why. There's also a sale going on over at Beauty Bay, and over there they have on sale the Jackie Aina palette from ABH. And that Jackie Aina palette, when it comes to the colors, is a lot more interesting to me. I just find it to be more original. The Amoresi is pretty, but it looks like a lot of other palettes I own, and I mean, I would want to get it simply because it's ABH and I know I love that formula and the palette is beautiful. But if I think of what am I most attracted to and what color story really is the most interesting and different, that would be the Jackie Aina. Not to mention that the Jackie Aina palette, I believe, was limited edition. So I don't know how Beauty Bay still has them laying around, but I mean, I might as well grab it while I can. So yeah, I mean, I've already bought the Norvina palette like a couple of months ago, so I don't really see myself purchasing 3 ABH palettes back to back. It doesn't really make sense, but still, it is on the wish list because when I saw this, I was like, well, you know, it's an ABH palette, and I mean, the packaging really speaks to me as well. Next up are a bunch of products from DIOR Backstage, which honestly, normally I wouldn't have paid that much attention to them. The first one is the DIOR Backstage Custom Eye Palette in 001 Universal Neutrals. This is usually 51 euros and right now it's 38 euros and 25 cents. This is not an exciting palette, but the fact that you have a base and then you have this kind of wax that you can use to make a liner out of any of these shades, and the fact that there's really everything that you would need, like a white, black, brown, light brown, a gray, silver, gold, you know, I don't know, I feel like it's a good palette to have. However, I'm not super in love with it. So there's also the DIOR Backstage Eye Palette. There's the warm neutrals, but the one I'm really the most interested in is the cool neutrals. So this palette is usually 49 euros and 90 cents, and right now it's 37 euros and 42 cents. Now that palette just, I don't know, I think it's pretty, and I've never tried the DIOR Backstage formula. I know supposedly it's really good, and I don't really have like that many cool toned eyeshadow palette. Then again, if I'm gonna go out and buy a cool tone eyeshadow palette, would I want this one? So I don't know, it's just there on the list because I'm like, oh, it is kind of pretty, but again, not so sure about these. Next up, still from the DIOR Backstage line, is the DIOR Backstage Glow Face Palette, which is a palette of highlighters. I know I kind of try to talk myself into not buying any more highlighters every now and then because that drawer is full. I don't need any more, but it is so pretty. So it's usually 49 euros and right now it's 36 euros and 75 cents. There's the rose gold one that looks so pretty. And I feel like I have a ton of like golden highlighters, but not so many of these kinds of shades. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of pricey, but at the same time, you get 4 shades. So, you know, it's kind of a good deal. No? I don't know. And last but not least, and this is how I found out about the sale, is the Bronze Palette by Natasha Denona. Okay, so a little bit of context here. A few nights ago, I was with my goddaughter and we were chit-chatting about Christmas and what to put on our list and all of that. And I took my phone and I went on the Sephora app and I was like, oh, let me check my favorites, you know, like my wish list, and see like what I would like to put on my Christmas list from that list. And I see the Natasha Denona bronze palette, which is in my wish list like any other Natasha Denona palette, and I see it's 30% off, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? And that's how I found out about the sale. I purchased not that long ago the Natasha Denona retro palette. I'm actually wearing it today. It's the first time I've worn it. I mean, look at it. Come on. Is it not the most beautiful thing ever? It is. I do love Natasha Denona formula. I don't see any difference in quality between like the midi size and the big ones that I also have. The color story from the bronze palette, like at first I was like, I'm not as interested in those like golden, bronze, orangey, rusty colors as I am these kinds of shades. But I actually am. I think it looks pretty, and I know that orangey shades like these also go well with my eyes. So, you know, if that's a reason to ever buy a palette, like it would look good on me, right? So it usually is 69 euros, and right now it's 48 euros and 30 cents. Here's the thing, like when it comes to items on that list that are 25% off, I can still kind of reason myself and be like, hey, you can get those 25% off any other time when there's a 25% sale, when there's a gold day, whatever. 30% off, like I don't see it happening anytime soon. I don't understand why this is on sale for 30%. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. I feel like maybe I should hold off and wait until Black Friday, but I'm not sure Sephora is gonna have a huge big sale on Black Friday. I feel like best case scenario, they're just gonna have like 25% maybe of everything, but even then it's not gonna be 30. And I don't see it being like 50% off in the January sales, like the annual sales. So I feel like it's kind of the perfect timing for me to get this, even though I just got the retro palette and I've only used it once. Like, they're just so different. Like, come on. So yeah, this is the first item that I saw that was on sale. This is the first item I put in my bag, and I was like, oh my god, I need this. I need to get this now because it's 30% off, but it's also the item that I feel the less guilty about buying because it was already in my wish list. You know, it's not something that I'm like, oh, I might as well get it because it's 30% off. You know, this was actually something that I wanted, you know, it's something I've been wanting for a while. So, you know, I think I might get it, but we'll see. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel because it's free, so why wouldn't you? And I will see you guys next time. Bye.